What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 96 of the Charge to the Top here with Hereford FC, and today we are back with a big game in the context of our season. Today we're taking on Liverpool, of course. We played Liverpool earlier on this season, and it was quite a memorable live com. It finished 3-3 in that game. A draw wouldn't be a bad result in today's game. But, well, the significance of today's game is probably a little bit larger than that previous match. You can see here there are 4 games left of the season. We are currently 4 points in the Champions League spots ahead of Chelsea and Liverpool. But with Liverpool to play today, a defeat here could see us get pulled into a real scrap for that top 4 finish. Of course, we are fortunate in the sense that in our remaining games, we've got Newcastle, Brighton and Crystal Palace, whereas for the likes of Chelsea, who obviously if they win and we lose would move within 1 point of us, they have Manchester United to play today. They also have Arsenal to play to end the season. And well, for Liverpool, you know, they've got a tricky game too. I believe they've still got Manchester City to play, who are right at the top of the table, of course. Yeah, you can see on the final day of the season. So there could be drama to end the season. That would be the easiest way, I think, to explain how this season could end. There could be a lot happen and change over the course of the next few weeks. Of course, the board expectation is a Europa League finish. Because Chelsea won the League Cup, that means that we just have to finish top 6 this season to achieve that goal. Of course, I want to do better than that if we can. You can see we're not actually that far off guaranteeing ourselves a spot in the top 4, but a win today would massively help us on that kind of quest, I guess you'd say. Anyway, in terms of team news, it hasn't actually been that long since the last episode. Of course, last time out we played Manchester City. We lost 2-0, but I feel like we matched them. Since then, 2 results. The first, a 0-0 draw against West Ham. Not an ideal result, particularly because West Ham are down in 18th, so to fail to beat them was disappointing. Looking at the stats, you can see that we dominated the game. We definitely should have won the game. It was just a poor display on our kind of team's behalf. In the next game we played, it was a 6-0 win, however, against Tottenham. Another one of these big emphatic wins. We've had a few of them this season. You can see Fred Kasongo, 5 goals this game. Cameron Bowman, a hat-trick of assists as well. Good to see this guy really contributing from out on the left-hand side. And well, for Kasongo, great news for him because he hadn't scored in the previous 4 games. So for him to get 5 in 1 game, hopefully he can take that form into today's game as well. In terms of team news off the pitch, just a little bit of news. The first thing is that Fred Kasongo is in the process of having a new contract signed. That will get rid of the kind of 2 years that he has left on his contract, and it's going to be a four-year deal, I believe, that he's going to sign, or a 5-year deal. It's a long-term contract, certainly. I think it's a 4-year deal. So that'll be a really good a really good move to get done. I think his wages are only going to go up by about £10,000 a week as well. The other little bit of news is the fact that Diatta has now signed a new contract, so that's good news. His contract runs out in 4 years' time. And the other little bit of news is the fact that Marcos Lustau, the Argentine, you can see 4 years now left on his contract, plus we've managed to get him on an optional contract extension of 3 years, which is absolutely fantastic. We are paying him a lot of money. He has actually become the club's highest earning player, and actually the first player in Hereford history to earn a 6-figure sum of £100,000. But yeah, I feel like to get this guy, 21 years old, he's on a 4-year contract, plus an optional 3 years on top of that. We've got this guy tied down for a number of years, which is great news for a few reasons. Firstly, Barcelona were showing a little bit of an interest in him, but also because when I was looking at his short-term aims, he wants to win a trophy by the end of the season, and we're probably not going to do that this year. I'm hoping that if we can finish top 4, that is going to be enough to cheer him up. But you can see, for a player who joined us this year, he's already got Hereford down as one of his favourite clubs. I'm also already one of his favourite personnel, and he really has settled in well into the side Lustau this season. Anyway, we're going to get straight into today's game for this live com. In terms of injury news, Diatta currently out with a broken toe, or stub toe rather. There's a question about, do I want to risk him at fullback? I think the answer is probably not. So as a result, we will bring in August Tas to play. Of course, this guy, the Turkish international, a player we brought in January to be a backup left back. Delighted that we brought him in because we've had to call upon him a few times. And when we have called upon him so far, he's done a fairly good job, and hopefully he can do another good job today. In terms of the rest of the team, I did actually play Jaziri against Spurs in the previous match. I'm still a little bit undecided as to if I want to play Manion or Jaziri. I'm tempted to give Jaziri another chance. It's kind of a weird situation, I guess, to be struggling to pick between your 2 goalkeepers, but it's kind of the situation we find ourselves in. You know, Jaziri's probably better in terms of he's better when it comes to his pace, and his mentals are perhaps slightly better, although it's pretty tight. Manion's a better shot stopper, but with Jaziri only being 21, and being kind of my long-term plan in the goalkeeper position, it kind of feels like we should be playing him a little bit more. And I want to give him another chance in the first team. In terms of the rest of the team, it's fairly unchanged since the previous episode. So if you saw that, you kind of know the team. Alexandre is going to play alongside Morales, O'Neill at right back, Akasu and Lustau in the centre. I'm going to bring in Acuna today, ahead of Jonathan Chan. Acuna, a player who's been largely disappointing this season, but only 21 years old. Still some room to improve, I think. And yeah, you can kind of see looking at him, he's a very technically gifted player, and as an attacking midfielder on support, he really should be excelling. I've been a little bit disappointed by his contributions so far, but Jonathan Chan, who's also been fighting for that centre attacking mid position, has also been struggling. You can see for him in his last 5 games a 6.92 average rating. So a little bit of rotation there, we'll see how he gets on. Other than that, it's similar to the team that actually played against Tottenham where we won 6-0, and I'm hoping we can have a similar performance once more again today. Of course, as I mentioned, the last time we played Liverpool, it was a 6-goal thriller. It was a very good game. They're going to be tricky to deal with, particularly with Gonzalo Palacios, who's just one of the best strikers in world football. We've got to try and tame him somehow. But in terms of our team, and in terms of, I guess, our aspirations for the year, we've got to be hoping to win this game. Looking at how Liverpool are going to set up a very defensive system, perhaps telling, they're coming away from home to our ground, and perhaps we've earned the respect of them here. They're going to be playing a 4-1-3-2, I guess you'd call it. Going to be interesting to see the battle in the midfield. You can see Dele Alli in the centre of midfield for Liverpool, a pretty good player, 31 years old. They signed him this year for £8.25 million, and I'll be honest, I did actually look at trying to bring Dele Alli in, but unfortunately couldn't quite afford those £240,000 a week wages. But anyway, let's see how we get on going into today's game. I'm going to tell the boys to go out there and enjoy themselves. This is a big game for us. We had a good performance previously against Liverpool away from home at Anfield. Today, I'm hoping that in a big game, in a big moment for our season, we can get a win here, which would really set us on track, I think, to try and finish top 4 with, well, some easier games compared to the teams around us to close out the season. But, well, we'll see how we get on here. Lustau pulling the trigger after 20 seconds, showing his attacking intent, the number 8. Of course, that new contract to his name does have a slightly bigger goal bonus. Perhaps he's eyeing up that, and that's motivating him to shoot a little bit more. But anyway, you can see here, early on, stat-wise, 60% of possession in our favour. Liverpool yet to have a shot. We have had a hell of a lot of chances, but nothing too clear-cut or, well, particularly meaningful as of yet. Hopefully that can change. I mean, you can see there's 10 minutes left of the first half. Not a lot happening in this first half, considering this is going to be a shorter episode anyway, because there's not been many games to review and a whole lot happening off the pitch. The fact that at half-time we're yet to have a chance does slightly worry me that this is going to be a really short episode. Perhaps the game can come to life in the second half. Because Songo, he got 5 goals last game. That was the club record for goals in a game. Yet to get a goal or have a particularly good performance in this game today. A 6.5 rating for him. Really need him to step it up in the second half. And well, let's see what we can do. From kickoff, why not? Torres across to Acuna. I've criticised his performances. Gives it to Lustau, who can hit it from range. His pass, not ideal for a player on £100,000 a week, and while Liverpool going to deal with that right there. Well, I am hoping that we are going to get a chance from open play at some point. You can see here we have had 3 half chances now, so we are creating more opportunities than Liverpool, who really have been blunted. Marc Torres has picked up an injury, which is a little bit of a concern. We'll bring in Silla for him. Elsewhere, looking at the team, Kasongo having a really poor game today. I'm going to take him off for Fred Harris. Perhaps a little bit harsh to take off a player who did score 5 goals last game and replace him. But, well, he's just simply put not turned up for the big game here today. And while we are in danger here, Liverpool on the attack, we need to defend well. Ball to the back post, Palacios. I mean, you would have backed him to have a better effort than that. The first clear-cut chance of the game goes Liverpool's way. But, well, that would be a very disappointing miss as far as they're concerned. A draw here wouldn't be the worst result in the world. But I just feel like when you look at the stats for this game, we have been rampant. Liverpool don't deserve anything from this game. And it's still 0-0. And we're still yet to break them down. And we're still yet to see a chance of our own. 8 minutes left of the game. Lustau's struggling a little bit for fitness. Bowman's not had the greatest of games. Acuna, I think we're going to take off for Jonathan Chan for our last sub. One last little roll of the dice. I don't want to change the system too much. I don't want to go more attacking, because we're just dominating the game as it is. Although Liverpool, they have come back into this game. And they are the team with possession of the ball here. Gerson bringing it forward. Now with Danilo. Probably going to look for Emre Can, who's come on for Dele Alli in the centre of the midfield there. He's collecting and bringing the ball forward. Long range shot. Shaqiri holds on to it. I mean, I think that was actually the highlight right there, that shot. I mean, it was an ambitious effort by Emre Can. We make those changes. There's 3 minutes left in this game. It's going to be a ball draw, 0-0, unless there's a late chance here. Lustau whips it in. It's headed away. Can the number 8 do something at the second time of asking? Plays it across to Alexandre Aguz. Can he beat his man Bowman? Hits it! Take a bow. Take a bow. I take it back. We are going to get all 3 points from this game. Where has that come from? In a game that, I'm going to be honest, I thought was going to fizzle out into a draw. Cameron Bowman. Remember the name, the Australian, bangs it into the back of the net. That is why he has 25 goals in 25 appearances for the Australia national team. And we get something at the death from absolutely nothing. We did it against Chelsea earlier on this season where we got an equaliser whilst we were down to 10 men. Cameron Bowman, the saviour this time. Oggers, the left back we brought in January, going to be accredited with the assist as well. And well, that is going to be all she wrote. What a win that is. I have just come to life. And well, from a game that was feeling like it was just going to fizzle out into nothing, we get a win, and that is a massive win for us. Chelsea didn't play. I thought they'd lost because their points total didn't go up. I guess they're playing on the Sunday, so we'll have a look at that. But well, what a performance that is. 1-0 it finishes. We deserve that win. Cameron Bowman, take a bow. You get man of the match based on the basis that you scored the only goal of the game. And I mean, fair play to him. You can see he's improved so much, the Australian. I think he's going to be an incredible striker for us for years to come, this guy. I'm so excited. I said he scored 25 goals in 25 games. It's 35 goals in 35 games. I take it back. Right, now the question is, are Chelsea going to lose? Because if Chelsea lose, we are in such a good position with the games that they've got remaining. You can see it's a 2-week break until our next fixtures, because there is like an international break going on. So if Chelsea lose here, we can just sit, relax, and kind of just enjoy everything that's going on. Really, we can just sit and, look forward, I guess, to the end of the season in some ways, because I feel like with the games that we've got remaining, we should be backing ourselves to do well. I do want to just quickly check that Chelsea are playing this weekend, because if they're not, it's going to get a little bit awkward. They are. They're playing Manchester United as well at home. So this is a big game for them. This is a big pressure moment for them where we've set the bar and they've now got to reach it. Pintado wants to talk about going to Chelsea. I mean, they're going to have to offer a lot of money, mate, for you to be allowed to go. He does have a release clause of £39 million. I'm just going to tell him that you have a release clause in your contract and that will be matched. You have a release clause in your contract. He doesn't want to wait around. I'm just going to tell him that he's not going anywhere. I'm going to tell him that he's not getting his way. He's not happy. He's trying to kick up a fuss. But I feel like the players and me, we have a strong relationship. And, they won't turn their back on me. Jaziri's wanting a new contract to reflect the fact that he is now kind of playing in the first team. I'm going to tell him that I can't afford to improve his contract right now. A little bit of a lie, but he's believed the lie, so it was worth doing. And, let's get into this Chelsea v Manchester United game. It's all kicking off the pitch. Players wanting to leave, players wanting new contracts. And I'm just sat here trying to get to the Chelsea game to see how they get on. I do need Manchester United to do me a favour. It's going to be tricky for them, but, I mean, United, they've still got stuff to play for. They're going to want to finish above Arsenal if they can. Arsenal taking on Wolverhampton Wanderers. Chelsea v United. I've never wanted Manchester United to win a game in real life. For the first time in a little while, I need them to win one in Football Manager for me. Can it happen? It can happen. They win 1-0. That is a big result for us. That really helps us out because it means that with 3 games left of the season, with 9 points available, a win in our next game will secure us a top 4 finish. And I think that's what we might come back for next time out. That is going to be a game, if we look here, against Newcastle United. And, hopefully I will see you guys for that game. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up everything from me. What a performance that was in the live com. A little bit of a dramatic finish to the game. United helping us out. Top 4 looks like it should be cemented now, which is absolutely fantastic news. I will see you guys next time for the next episode where hopefully we can secure that top 4 finish. And other than that, thank you so much for watching as always. It is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.